The smokers lament. Elvin's car rumbled to a stop in front of the lone looming building. The Salmon smoking plant was a monolith of rusted metal and soot-streaked brick, isolated in the thick forest, miles away from the nearest town. The company's classified ad had been vague. Overnight shift, good pay, no prior experience needed. Desperate for work, Elvin barely asked questions before accepting. The moment he stepped inside, an 8th-Street scent clung to his throat. The interior was dimly lit, industrial lights flickering above rows of metal carts stacked high with salmon fillets. The cold pink flesh gleamed under the dull bulbs. A maze of pipes lined the ceiling, thick with years of soot and grease, carrying smoke from the enormous smoking chambers in the back. His job was simple. Load the carts into the smoking chamber, set the temperature, and wait. Easy money. The night started smoothly enough. The silence was heavy, only disturbed by the distant hum of machinery and the occasional crackle from the smoke vents. But as the hours dragged on, something gnawed at the edges of his mind, an unsettling awareness of being watched. Then came the noises. A whisper, faint, almost swallowed by the thick air. Elvin paused, fingers tightening on the edge of the cart. The room was empty. No one else was scheduled to work tonight. He shook it off. Lack of sleep, long shifts, just his mind playing tricks. He shoved another cart into the chamber and slammed the heavy door shut. Smoke hissed through the rusted pipes above, swirling unnaturally. The air thickened. He coughed, backing away as the scent of burning fish grew sharper. Then something moved. A wheeled cart rolled across the room, screeching against the concrete floor. Elvin froze. He had parked that cart against the wall of the far. Swallowing hard, he forced himself to step forward. The cart was now positioned directly in front of the smoking chamber he had just sealed shut. The fillets, once neatly arranged, lay strewn across the floor, as if something had raked them away in a frenzy. A loud clang rang through the chamber, reverberating through the pipes. Smoke surged from the vents in thick curling tendrils, spiraling across the floor in unnatural patterns. The lights flickered violently. Then he heard it, a wet, gurgling sound, like flesh slapping against metal. Elvin turned slowly, every nerve in his body screaming at him to run. The smoking chamber door, which he had locked minutes ago, was now slightly ajar. A single half-smoked fillet dropped from the opening, slapping against the floor. And then it crawled out, a grotesque thing, stitched together from countless salmon fillets, writhing and twisting as if animated by some unseen force. Its body was bloated, glistening, the flesh overlapping in wrinkled, slimy layers. Its head was nothing but a stretched slab of meat. Eyes formed from two charred, hollow sockets. It lurched forward, its appendages twitching, dragging itself across the concrete with a grotesque squelching sound. The whispers returned, now layered and guttural. Slithering through the smoky air, Elvin stumbled back, his breath coming in sharp gasps. Then the thing spoke, not in words, but in sound. Low and gurgles, the echoes of 100 fish gasping their last breath, compressed into something resembling a tortured cry. Elvin ran. He sprinted through the plant, the machinery groaning around him as if the whole building were alive. The pipes overhead banged and wheezed, bursting with thick smoke that clouded his vision. The whispers grew louder. He didn't dare to look back. Bursting through the front doors, he plunged into the night, his car barely visible through the thick haze. He scrambled inside, fumbling with the keys as something heavy slammed against the plant's entrance behind him. The last thing he saw before peeling away was the silhouette standing in the doorway, not human, not fish, something in between. And it was watching